Northampton last night. We hardly believed that here at windswept Derby, the wind has got up here in the last hour or so, we were going to see something just as dramatic. But my word, we did. And what an astonishing cricket season it is. The fact was that yesterday Essex made 149 on a green wicket, having been put into bat, and Derbyshire finished on 13 for 2, having lost 2 important wickets, those of Wright and Kirsten. And for some time today, after a delayed start of half an hour because of a lot of rain early this morning, Pringle struck the first blow for Essex. He bowled very well, this medium pacer, an all-rounder, and he managed to get a ball between the bat and pad of David Steele, which isn't too easy to do. And in the 14th over, Essex then were 27 for 3. So that brought in the former England all-rounder, the off-spinner Jeff Miller, to join the anchorman Alan Hill. And here is this dismissal. A miscalculation by Jeff Miller here. Stuart Turner, another very accurate bowler, wobbling it about with the wind to help him, bowling him behind his legs, and Miller was gone for naught. That was 30 for 4 in the 15th over. And we then had a stand of 44 between Alan Hill and the promising young right-hander Kim Barnett. Hill really did most valuably for Derbyshire. He was in for 40 overs, making only 21, and here he gets a ball from Pringle, or rather Kim Barnett does, and the ball skedaddles away on the offside. Hill sets off for a single. Kim Barnett realizes there's danger. Fletcher fields, and Hill, turning there in mid-tracks, is stranded by yards. The throw coming back accurately, and so that was 5 down for 74 in the 40th over. A nasty moment there then for Derbyshire hopes on a pitch which was a good deal less green than yesterday. And at that moment, 74 for 5, Derby needed another 76 of 20 overs, getting on for 4 and over. And it was shortly after this, shortly after lunch, we're going to pick up the story. It's the 41st over, and we have Stuart Turner bowling to the new Derbyshire skipper, Barry Wood. Barry Wood facing Turner, and he's off the mark. Single down to third man, Pringle. All the Essex bowlers have figures that they can be pleased about. And Barry Wood gets that away, down to third man, Pringle, for 2 runs. Pringle, 11 overs, 5 maidens, 1 for 16. Oh, he's hit it well. Over the top of the infield, and there's enough pace on it to reach the boundary. Much to local joy. He looks a very good onside player indeed, this lad. Must have been some despondency in the Derbyshire camp here when Alan Hill was run out, but things have brightened since a bit. Here's Gooch. Yes, no trouble. Off the pad, surely. A little tickle onto the pad. So it goes down as a single to Barry Wood. Kim Barnett has made 35 now. Found the gap, yet again. And there are 2 runs here. Barry Wood going like a scalded cat. Yes, through the gap down the third. And 100 is up. Barry Wood fighting to go for a second. In Pringle's hand. And a very tight match of cricket in my hands here. I wouldn't like to say who's going to win it. It's a single. And to Keith Pont. Well, these two, Barry Wood and Tim Barnett have got Bob Taylor padded up to come in next, then Colin Tunnicliffe, and if required, Ike Hendrick, who's had tonsillitis. Nicely flicked away in front of square. Just one run. Stuart Turner. Scored a lot of his runs in that area. For Barry Wood.
Bowling a dirty great long hop outside the off stump, which is put away in fine fashion. Bad ball there from Norbert Phillip, trying to dig it in. But hasn't quite got the pace to be effective on this pitch now. Very short outside the off stump. Plenty of wide open spaces there for Barnett. And he played it exceptionally well. It's going to ease the pressure a little in the Derbyshire dressing room. A single there for Tim Barnett to go to a really excellent 50. Came in at a very difficult time with an awful lot of pressure on him. One of the star performers back in the hutch. And he's come back and seized his chance in admirable fashion. So leave it to Barnett. That's a very cheeky single. And Barnett was a little bit fortunate to get away with that. Fooled the Essex fielders, and Barry Wood had a long, long way to go. Short, and it's beautifully taken. Tried to hook it, Barry Wood. That could be a critical blow, and Barry Wood will be annoyed with himself. Ray's taking a good catch there at mid-wicket. Ray's has had no part to play in the attack today, but that's a very vital catch he's taken. John Lever, his own leisurely style. He's in no hurry. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. It's as good a shot as he's played today. A nice piece of footwork down the wicket and drove it confidently and very sweetly through mid-off. And this is a big shout going up. And he's bowled him. Just flicked the top of the off stump. Looked to me at first as though he got a nick. So the end of a fine innings that, and it's Phillip again striking the blow. And the switchback game very much in this game now, Essex. So Lever to Tunnicliffe. And he's knocked the off stump out the ground. There's very little left for Colin Tunnicliffe. 17 off 2 overs, had to swing the bat. And John Lever bowling perfectly good length ball, straight ball, and Tunnicliffe hit in across it. I don't know how many sixes Bob Taylor's hit in his career, but I don't think it could be too many. Again, great agitation coming from the local supporters at the end. So Fletcher slipping now into the more orthodox style of the fielding positions as one comes to the end of limited over cricket. Just about the entire Essex field on the boundary with a couple of exceptions. a good shot, but there's two men there. There's another one covering. 2 runs coming. So 9 wanted off 5 balls. And as we've mentioned before, the prize is a big one. Appearance at Lords. Play Northampton in the final. Bob will be looking for 2, but he won't get it this time. So 8 wanted off 4 balls. And if Paul Newman could find the boundary somewhere now, that would certainly bring the pressure back on the visitors. Comes Philip. Well, they really wanted a couple. So 7 wanted, 3 balls. Got to find something more than 2 now. Well, that's gently pushed into the offside. It's only 1. We'll hit a boundary somewhere now. Hardly likely that they're going to run 3 twice with this field. So this new competition, getting something of a reputation for close finishes here. Thriller down at Northampton yesterday, going to the very last ball. And this one is no different now. The light is coming darker. There's a hint of rain in the air. It should be all right for 2 balls. And that's swung away. It's a great shot. And it's 4 runs. Well, that really was a fine blow from Paul Newman. Look at the Derbyshire supporters. Now what are they going to do? Now what's Fletcher going to do? Now that puts a totally different complexion on this last ball. Well, Fletcher's worked this out, and I'm sure the 2 batsmen have, because the position is now that if they only take a single off this last ball, Derbyshire will go through, because they will have lost 1 wicket fewer. So that's the reason that Fletcher can now afford to take no chances. He's got the whole of the Essex side round the back to save 1. Well, couldn't be more exciting, couldn't be more thrilling. And Philip, he wants to get on with it. Paul Newman's not so sure. He wants to take another breath. I'm quite sure that Bob Taylor knows the situation. No, but Philip is the one person with a big smile on his face. He's enjoying it. So up we come for the very last ball, the critical, the final ball of this match. And he's missed it. He's thrown it for overthrows, and Derbyshire have won. Would you believe it? Typical there of Fletcher, he goes and pats him on the back. But a tremendous finish, and an over a go. No one would have dreamt that that was possible. It shows what a great game this is. Joyous celebrations here at Derby. Not a great crowd, but those here who've seen it through to the bitter end are on the field. And really was an unbelievable finish here.
So the final evidence, scores level, 2 wickets still in hand, and that making all the difference. And 59 for Kim Barnett, predictably in a low-scoring match, certainly not a batsman's match, nominated by Reg Simpson as man of the match. And the Essex bowling, Lever, splendid there, 12 overs, 2 for 22. Norbert Phillip, 3 for 42, 1 for Pringle, 1 for Turner, and both having very tight figures. Right, and after it was all over, I had a word with the two Derbyshire men involved in that stirring finish. So here are the two Derbyshire batting heroes who saw it through dramatically at the finish. Bob, you got 5 between you off the first 4 balls of that last over. Then the next ball, bowled to Paul, was pretty critical, wasn't it?
It was. I think Paul will agree that he'd got to try and hit it for 4, or at least 3 anyway. And much to our delight, Norbert Phillips bowled a short one, which Paul pulled magnificently for 4.
So what was in your mind, Paul, as you ran into bowl to you?
Well, I said to Bob after the 4th ball that I was going to swing him to leg somewhere because there's no way I could hit him through the offside because he had 5 men circling the boundary and he was too far to hit him straight. So I'd moved across my stumps as he was bowling and luckily he pitched short and I swung it away.
What now? Yeah.
Well, if he'd have bowled, you know, as he bowled the last ball, it might have been a different game.
I think, Bob, we have to say that we have youth and experience allied here at the crisis. Who was saying what to whom after that 4 had been struck?
Well, we both realised that if the scores finished level, then Derbyshire would win because we'd lost the least wickets. So I just went down the wicket to Paul and said, well, look, get a bat on the ball, whatever you do, don't get bowled. Even if the ball does go through to the wicketkeeper, I'll be backing you up and run for hell for leather. And of course it went off and just went right.
Right, Paul, what were your feelings? Goodish delivery?
Yes, well pitched up, and there we go. Straight back at the bowler, unfortunately, but there he goes. I'm 5-6 yards out at that time. As I say, he should have just thrown to the...
If he'd have thrown it to Brian Hardy, who was backing up behind the stumps, I think they might have run him out, or he would do. And unfortunately for Essex, unfortunately for us, he missed the stumps.
And a great moment for you, Paul.
Fabulous, yeah.
And what about this, going through to a Lord's final?
In the first full season, yeah, it's incredible. Start of the season, I was just a second teamer, really, and now hopefully I'm playing a Lord's final. Incredible.
Well played to you both, and I gather you've got a benefit match on tonight, Bob, at Burton on Trent, so you better get cracking.
Yes, we start at 6 o'clock, so the organisers will be panicking a little bit, but looking forward to it.
Well played, see you at Lord's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Essex have still to reach a knockout final. There must be sympathy for them. They got so close against Somerset down in Taunton 3 years ago in the Gillette. And Derbyshire marching forward triumphantly here to their 3rd one-day final. It'll be against Northants at Lord's on September 5th. And as I say goodnight, I can just say one thing. We thought Paul Newman looked a very promising young fast bowler here. I bet he won't forget his innings here today.